What's good with it, people? What's good with it? Happy Monday, and let's get it. Let's get it in, bro. Let's get it in. Today, you know what I'm saying. I wanted to talk about Harlem World. It's a hell up in Harlem. Nah, I did want to talk about the Jimmy Jones and Cameron situation that's got going on. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because let's go back. 1996. 97. Ooh, that shit pack a heavy punch. But let's get to it. This rapper, Mace, I'm going to start off with Mace. Mace does not get the credit that he deserves. And we all know why Mace doesn't get the credit that he deserves, right? Being under Bad Boy and going through that whole drama over there during that time period, coming back and not being due his just due, right? But Mace, to me, is one of the pioneers of that cockiness type of. Ever since Mace came out from that with Puff Daddy, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, right? To me, Mace is one of my favorite rappers. Me personally, he's in my top five. Him and Cam, right? I put them there at the same number. So I remember my 12th grade year, the end of my 12th grade year, right? There was a there was all these flyers. Who's Cameron? Who's Cameron? Who's Cameron? It was all these flyers, and I said Skyline in Oakland. Now I thought Cameron was a local artist. I did not know that he was an artist from New York at the time, right? So, and I want to start from my my beginnings with them. You know what I'm saying? As far as listening to their music. So Cam comes out with Confessions of Fire, and of course you have Mace, Cameron on the song featuring Mace with the horse and carriage, right? From there, you get Mace starting Harlem World, Cam being on records, then being released and doing his thing on Rockefeller, right? So even Mace's Welcome Back album, to me that shit was clean back then. And even now, if you listen to it, no cussing. Mace being on, trying to get on G Unit, and Diddy blocking that move, right? And over the years, both of them taking shots at each other, right? So as we and we all know, Jimmy, like, look, this is not. I'm not about to sit up here and say who's right or who's wrong in this scenario. I'm not about to say that, right? Because truthfully, I believe both of them have a point of view outsiders don't have, right? And whatever Jimmy is feeling right now, and of course, you know, Jimmy might feel a little jealous right now. Like, I've been rocking with you the last 20 years, right? And now Mace is here and it's you get money with Mace. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that is where Jimmy is feeling a certain way, right? Who knows? But it goes like this. Jim made a name for himself. Now, do y'all remember that fake beef that Jim wanted to start with Cameron? Do y'all remember that? Because he did. Remember Cameron came out and was like, Jim wanted to start this fake beef, right? And then I think shortly, well, not too long after that, then, you know, Jim Jones was crying at the radio station. And so we seen kind of the dysfunction over the years, right? With Jim Jones and Cam. I wish that they would be on this type of hype because I would love for them to have a little Harlem reunion and everybody come there and it's all good, Loon included. You know what I'm saying? But you know, as we grow up, we start to sit up here and maybe develop just sometimes, like I said, just being jealous. That's the only way that I could see it. Um, like I said, I'm not coming on this platform to talk about to disrespect nobody. That's not, you know what I'm saying, what I'm here for. But I am a little bit surprised that Jimmy would take it there. And the reason why I'm surprised by that is because I feel like sometimes you just gotta let shit slide. Fuck it. Move on. It is what it is. Jimmy, it is what it is. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of what you have done. You stepped up your rap career. You have became, people know who you are. And you don't want them to know who you are for just the drama. You know what I'm saying? We want to remember the happy Jimmy, the Jimmy that was sitting up there partying, dancing, being fly. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm proud of all. I'm proud, me personally. I'm proud of all three of them because I feel like everybody could have stopped. Cam could have stopped when Big died. He was signed to Big first. Mace could have stopped. Mace did. Came back. Stopped. Came back. Stopped. Came back. Jimmy got better as time has sit up here and passed on. So everybody has dug a lane for themselves. But you gotta be happy for Cam and Mace for patching their shit up. I mean, shit, I was as a fan of their music, I was hella happy. And like I said, for me personally, Mace Harlem World's album, come on, bro, that shit is fire. That shit is fire. like from the production of that album, it, yeah, man, Harlem World knock. And then a lot of people don't like the follow up, which is Double Up. And I felt like Double Up showed more of his lyrical side than what Harlem World did, because we always heard, I mean, he said it himself. What'd he say? I was murdered. Diddy named me pretty. Did it for the money. Now, can you get with me? So he's saying, hey, look, I can I can get it in. And then, you know what? I'm going to tell you something that was surprising. I did not know Mace was fucking with Rough Riders first. Okay? I didn't know that. So then it started making sense why DMX on Harlem World is on two of his songs. Why on DMX first album, Mace is on there with the Locks. You know what I'm saying? So I started to understand, like, oh, okay, all right, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. So yeah, I didn't know that. So Mace being signed to Rough Riders let me know, of course, bro. This nigga's a spitter. He's spitting. That's DNY. Hell yeah, that nigga spitting. And then especially when Mace got to G Unit, and come on, bro, what'd he say? I was hot when Pac was living. Come on, it ain't a lot of people that can say that shit. There's a handful of rappers that can say that. I was hot when Pac was living. Come on, bro. So yeah, Mace has sit up here. Mace is, oh yeah, bro. For you to be fresh into the industry and Jay already battling with you on some shit, and of course that was some personal shit. You know what I'm saying? That Mace and Jay had going on, but still, like, hey, like, yeah, Mace is cold. Mace is a cold. Yeah, he's cold. Cam, Cam to me is the opposite of Mace, right? In the sense of Mace has a lot of styles. He could do the love songs, he could do the street shit, he could do the radio songs. Mace can have, right? Cam, I love Cam on that old. Give me some old motherfucking old sample and let Cam get on that motherfucking. Cam about to rock that shit. Purple Haze, Purple Haze, and let's keep it 100. Confessions of Fire is so, yeah, bro. He got the joint with Usher up on there, right? Yeah, he got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Oh, the Kelly Price song. Oh yeah, bro. Confessions of Fire is dope. SDE, losing weight with Prodigy. Oh yeah, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. SDE, right? Once he gets over to Rockefeller, like, even he always had that old type of beat. What's the one where he had dun 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 dun? Oh, I cannot think of that damn song. Um, oh, the remix with Silk the Shocker. Like, Cam to me is more on the dark side than Mace. Mace is more sunlight, and Cam is more the moon to me, which that's what made Horse and Carriage such a dope ass song, right? Unfortunately, I have not heard none of their Children of the Corn's older shit. I heard a couple, but even back then, let me start this. Before I heard Mace, before I heard Cam, I heard most valuable player on the MIC, Big L. Okay, like, so I heard Big L first on that shit, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, I hear Cam and Mace later. So, but for Cam, I like Cam's Purple Haze. I like him on them old ass beats. You know what I'm saying? It's something about him in them old ass beats. They they go, they fit. Um, what is that? Come Home With Me is after SDE, and then he starts. Yeah, bro. He just Cam starts going hard. You know what I'm saying? So um, both of them, you know, even though they did do that song a couple years ago, and it was alright. You know what I'm saying? I would love to hear some more new shit from them because I know they got a lot to say. Whether it comes out, Cam said that he heard Mace album, so maybe Mace got an album coming out. I'm not too sure about that as of yet, so I don't want to just say yeah or nay. But and then Jim, right? First time I heard Jim was I think on the Confessions of Fire, right? And then come on, the Dipset, right? That's a whole other Harlem World, and Harlem World don't get the credit that they get as far as Mace Group, right? Because I feel like Harlem World, um, by the time we got Harlem World, right, and Harlem World was on So So Def, right? By the time we got Harlem World, Mace was already a superstar. He was already a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Harlem World, um, him writing some of No Way Out, and you can hear the influence that Mace had over Puff than what Big. My partner told me something, and I had to think about this, right? My brothers told me, he said Mace had a bigger impact than what Big did. And I had to think about that, right? Bruh. I might say that's that's facts. Let me tell you why. Do y'all remember? See, I know a lot of y'all don't remember the '90s, right? And if it ain't on social media, right, it didn't happen. But back in the '90s, there was two niggas that got famous, I should say, from looking like Puff Daddy and Mace, right? I remember one time we was in a club and they was on Jenny Jones or they was on some talk show. I can't remember which one, but um, I remember I was in a club and they were playing "Been Around the World." I forget what song they were playing, and some it said Puff Daddy and Mace, right? And I happened to look over, and I thought it was the real Puff Daddy and Mace because I was in it, but it was the fake one, right? I say that to say this. That's how much of an impact that Mace and Diddy had together. Okay? And Big's impact was a little bit different than what Mace's impact was, because I think, and I'm not even gonna say I think, that's the wrong word. I know that there was a lot more people in my school that felt Mace a little bit more, because of the simple fact niggas just wanted to get the girls, dress fly, and talk shit. You know what I'm saying? And whereas Biggie, he was on a different height, right? And check this out. Check this out for a second. Let me get this shit. Do you imagine this? Mace might have surpassed Big if Big still stayed alive. If Puff did not give um, more money, more problems to Big and kept it to Mace, that Mace, put it to you this way, Mace album would have did more than No Way Out. Mace album would have did more than Life After Death. Just had he kept More Money, More Problems on that shit. You would have had More Money, More Problems, A Play Away, right? Look at all the hits that came out of Harlem World. So by far, Mace would have been back then, right after Big died. He would have been for at least 2 years just off that song. 3 years. 4 years off that fucking song. I heard Gene in the interview say Diddy and Jay-Z were the gatekeepers kind of East Coast rappers, meaning no East Coast rappers could surpass them, and they were going to keep them down. That's really fucking interesting. That's hella, out of all the shit that he said, that is hella fucking interesting. And the reason why is because certain shit starts making sense. So, yeah. I didn't want to be on that shit too long. But yeah, I'm also going to sit up there later on and drop a little poem. Something I wrote a couple months ago. So, yeah. Y'all have a good day, man. Peace.